Well, howdy, KOZ. This is your KOZ Raw for today. Just jumped in the truck, started it up, and gonna head out. It's July 3rd. Tomorrow's the beautiful 4th of July, 249th birthday of this incredible place that we live. And super excited about that. But man, it's been on my heart recently, and I was reading in Mark about when Jesus met the guy that was full of the demons in the graveyard, and he was full of demons. They called themselves Legion, and he cast them out, and the guy went out and just began to proclaim what had happened for him. It was a pretty cool story, especially with them casting them out into the pigs, and the pigs run down into the water, and just like, what, 1,000 pigs? It's kind of a big crazy thing. But the part about it was that what I was thinking about was the anger and the craziness and the way that the spirits were just absolutely had devastated and destroyed this man. And we had this experience, or I had this experience, and I've had it before. I've been, we've been doing this with young men for many years, but I had an experience recently with a young man who, he's living with mom, no dad in the picture, kind of a stepdad, kind of hovering around, and but man, everybody just said he's terrible, he's a hard kid to deal with, he's full of anger, and he's got all these issues. And the time I spent with him, I saw some of it, and the life that he's been put into, that he had no choice in making, but where he's been cast has been, I'd be mad too. And it's not fair, but it's never fair for the boys. They don't pick. Kids don't pick. The adults around them pick. The adults around them make the decisions that put them in these places. I can go on and on and on. There's so much in this thought process I'm having, but the one thing that I think really stood out, and that I really feel compelled to talk about, is pornography. Our boys are seeing pornography at a very young age. If they're experiencing anything online, away from parents, and even with parents, even in good homes, mom and dads, they're seeing it. They got friends, people, and maybe not friends, but they have people around them at school, playground, at the Christian summer camp. You may send your kid to a summer camp. I was talking with my buddy yesterday, and he said, yeah, my friend's daughter went to a summer camp years ago and got pregnant. So the pornography stuff is out there. It's the number one killer for our boys. And this young guy was so angry, and he was so confused about so many things. And I really believe that a lot of it was the spirit of pornography and the aggravation, and he must have been watching some very aggressive, very deviant stuff. And he was building perceptions on how to treat people and how people act by this. There's also another thing out there, and a lot of kids are committing suicide behind it, especially boys. But they get on video games, and then they get invited by a fake young lady over to another site, and this is while they're playing all those video games that they put on the headphones, and anybody, whoever's talking to them's talking to them. You think you know who they are, but you don't. And they invite them over to another site, and then they start to create this relationship, and they get them to send them private pictures of themselves, to take pictures of themselves, and they're private stuff and they send it to them, and then they say, yep, sorry, we're really not a little girl, and we have your pictures, and if you don't do this, this, and this, we're going to send them out to all your friends. And the shame and guilt and embarrassment that causes, some of these boys, some of these kids are just killing themselves. Young kids, 8, 9, 11, 15, they're killing themselves because of the shame, because of this stuff that's happening to them. And I don't know what kind of human being, I would even classify him as a human being, what kind of thing, demon-possessed thing, would do that to a child, do that to a young person, but they're doing it. And this young man was, I believe, that is one of the causes for his anger and his confusion and what's going on in his head. And so I would say, if there's a way to talk to your KOZ boys, talk to the parents, man, warn them against video games, private video. You wouldn't have a video gaming system or TV or computer in a kid's bedroom if it was given to them gold-plated, diamond-studded, licorice-coated, bubblegum, any of it. Man, because what happens in those rooms when the door's closed. So please be aware. Don't think that your KOZ boys aren't experiencing this. Don't think that the KOZ, the kids around your kids are not experiencing this, because they are. It is there. And you can't put them in a finer school or a better summer camp where they're not going to be doing it and or be exposed, potentially exposed to it. You have to have conversations with the parents and the boys, the kids around you. And I can't tell you exactly what to say or how it goes down. We do have on the KOZ website, there is a link to our friend and some ways to have conversations about this stuff with the boys. So go back to the Outfitters, the KOZ HTL material, and look in there. There's a link in there that could help you begin these conversations. Anyway, that was really serious, but it's really important. And this is the 4th of July coming up. Just praying that you enjoy the beauty of family and this country that allows us to do KOZ and speak freely about Jesus Christ and all the goodness that is the United States of America. Got these new summer dry fit, only have a limited quantity of them, but they're dry fit. And man, I love these shirts. And they got a surprise on the back of them. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but it's good. Jump online, kidsoutdoorzone.com quickly if you want one of them, because we only have a few. That's it for the KOZ Raw. Enjoy the 4th of July. Make sure you like or click on this. Click, share this video on YouTube. We love you. Regulators, mount up.